Yo, what's good, everybody? This your boy 005 Dynasty. I'm back with another video. And the other day ago, actually, I guess it was 2 days ago, Massive Pill dropped another rhythm roulette, and it was featuring Knife Wonder. Mind you, maybe like a month ago, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, I can't remember. I had dropped a couple videos talking about Knife Wonder, and I don't agree with his perspective with original versus sampling in the many videos that are, documented on the internet. And I had a lot of people that came at my neck and was trying to defend Knife Wonder and defend the culture and supposedly the way or whatever, right? And I'm not going back down. So yeah, we was going back and forth. Then eventually it died down and it stopped, right? People stopped coming to my channel. They stopped, I guess going back and forth with me, and we left it alone. So a couple days ago, Massive Pill brings Knife Wonder back. And of course, I see it because I watch the Rhythm Roulette series. Not that I agree with, the sampling-based community, but I still watch it. I just, I want to see, it's basically like me staying in the loop of what's happening because I don't watch content creators no more. So if a mainstream type producer goes on, Massive Pill's Rhythm Roulette, I want to see where their mindset is. I want to see the direction that these people are going in. And I want to say I'm disappointed. When I say I'm disappointed, people get upset at me. But I don't like the beat making producer community, man. I don't like you guys. No matter if you're a guy or girl. I just don't, man. And the reason why I don't like you guys and you girls is because y'all are like zombies. And the problem is that you don't even understand when somebody is saying that. You watch any movie with zombies. You watch The Walking Dead, any one of their series that they have going on. And what do zombies do? They walk in a herd. They walk together. It's a horde of them. And they follow the same movements. Everything is the same. And that's my biggest problem with the producer or beat making community is that y'all just do the same. Y'all walk the same way. Nobody has a mind of their own. So as I'm watching this this thing with Night Wonder, and this is, his 50th birthday. So that's what's up. Happy birthday to him. Congratulations. You made it to 50. Now a lot of people have made it to 50, and he's still doing his thing, right? So, he this time around he's doing a little bit more talking in the video. And he's saying certain things. Like he said, hey, if you just gotta loop it, just loop it. Don't think too much. Just put the loop, make a beat with the loop, and basically that's it. That's so funny because I remember a lot of people were saying, you can't chop like Knife Wonder. He does magical stuff. And he literally in the video says, oh, just loop a loop. You see how you see. I'm not even gonna go there. But so that was that. He said that, right? And he said a couple other things. But then, so at the end of the video, I went down in the comment section. I just wanted to see what people were going to say. Everybody, man, was putting this guy up on the pedestal. And this one guy even said, he said something like, oh, yeah, just loop it. Don't think too much about it. Like, copy, check, I got it. So now this person, in his mind, or her mind, I don't know who they are, have it like, oh, just loop up other people's music and then run with that. So hip-hop has been around for 50 years, and we still haven't evolved to the point where we don't need to sample anymore. That's my biggest gripe and biggest argument. It's people are not being original, but they think they are being original by taking somebody else's body of work and chopping it up and speeding it up and slowing it down and adding some drums to it. I don't think producers are as talented as they think they are because they don't even know how to create from scratch. They don't know how to mix. They don't know how to master. None of that stuff, man. They think they do, but they actually don't. And you know how I know this? Because I put out music. And people said my music was trash. And I had to listen to what they were saying. Not like what they were saying, but listen. Take heed. And then go back and listen to my music and say, oh, yeah, you know what? The concept is dope. but the music is trash because the music it wasn't it wasn't perfected. I didn't have the skill set, the knowledge of how to actually make an instrumental the proper way from the ground up all the way into a finished product. I didn't have that mindset. I didn't have the right equipment. Just using plugins all day long. Like, different things like that. Listening to other people, following content creators and their tutorials and their videos of what they talking about. Just basically being like a zombie, following the herd. That's following the herd. Just going to websites and downloading all the plugins when they go on sale and putting on my instruments and then saying I'm making the beat. Or sampling somebody else's body of work, which is already mixed and mastered and already went through all the processing of, analog tape and vinyl and stuff. I'm just taking it and I'm adding drums and a snare and hi-hat and, open hat and, close hat, they're saying, you get what I'm saying, right? And then just like putting it out there for a beat and saying I'm a producer. Following the crowd and listening to either the content creators or other producers or mainstream producers, just basically being a zombie. Until I had to wake up, man. So it's kind of crazy to see that when I go into the comment section of this video and to see people are literally still moving that way. No, just literally, like if I was to literally just go on Google, search up Sweetwater or search up a certain instrument, like give me a keyboard, give me an 88 key keyboard, weighted keys or something like that, and I could go and get a keyboard for like $3,000, maybe $4,000, whatever, and then bring it home. You know what I'm saying? Have it delivered to my house and start from scratch. But it just seems like these people don't want to do that, man. And the thing is that the information is being passed down from, I guess, your OGs, like people that you look up to. They're telling you, just loop it up. If it loops, just loop. Don't think too much about it. If you can go crazy with it, go crazy with it. But other than that, just loop it. Like, that's insane to me, man. That's literally insane to me, man. Now, this gentleman he's wanted to make 6 beats. He made 7 beats in one day. Because he said the people from, Massive Pill, Rhythm Roulette, who was there recording him, had to go catch a flight. Think about that, man. You making 7 beats in one day for sampling and looping up other people's projects, other people's songs. And then you're like, you're supposed to be like this great or magical musical producer when I don't see it. And now how many just got 172,000 views already, right? The last video he did was over 1 million now, right? 1 million views, probably one of Massive Pill's greatest videos, right? Which I think was a better video than this one, to be honest with you. I think the first video was better than this one. And that's a lot of views. That means that's a lot of impressions. That means, that could have been an opportunity right there to say, hey, let's be more creative with hip hop and go original. Let's see if we could challenge ourselves to be more original. Let's, get out there and do your own piano. Mix your own piano. Learn the scales. Learn how to play chords and chord progressions and arpeggiate. Melody. Learn how to work with both sides of your brain, so you could play the bass with your left hand and play, mid to the high frequencies, more of the melody with your right hand. It's kind of weird and crazy for me personally, because I'm like, if I could sit and tell myself that, nobody has told me that. All the producers, listen, I got producers I work with at my job and they sample. There's not one person besides, let's say this, I'm going to say it like this. There's one person that I deal with and we communicate, we talk back and forth, right, about music production. But before I was, talking with him, it was nobody, man, that was saying, oh, just be original. Just be original. I had to break out of the mold of, sampling from other records and sampling from other people who create and want to learn how to do it by myself. Then I had to break out of the mold of just using plugins and have to buy outboard gear and figure out how to use that and run into some problems with that. Then I had to break out of the mold of trying to make like 10 beats a day and just sit back and just think about music production and put it together and understand what a chorus is doing to the sound. Understanding, like, should you put a delay on this sound, or should you, put a doubler on the synth, or like how do you fatten the sound? How do you get the bass to sound really, really good? You know what I mean? How do you get the melody to sound really, really good? And I'm talking about full stereo, not just mono down the center. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. A lot of you guys and you girls, when you sampling, you have no idea how to do music production, man. I'll just be totally honest with you guys and you girls, man. Because you don't know the foundation, the fundamentals. You don't understand how hard it is to get that sound to be the way it is, get that song to be the way it is. Those vocals that you're sampling inside of the music to be the way they are. You don't understand, and that's my biggest problem. I feel like nobody's educating. There's no education. It's just do. Just do as I say. You know what I'm saying? Like just do. Do as I do and do as I say. There's nobody saying like, yo, we're doing hip hop, but yo, let's try to make hip hop even different. Let's try to be more original, more organic, more just free with it. Not just sample from Diana Ross or Delphonics or a country track or a classical track, or somebody who over in like Germany, they did like I guess like something on let's say a trumpet or whatever. Let's go sample that record. No, how about you learn how to play the instrument yourself? How about you, either if you don't want to learn how to play the instrument yourself, or you probably don't have the ability to, or you got a handicap or something, I don't know. Well, just go and get a Roland, get a chord keyboard that has it. You can even get sounds online. Like there's libraries out there with trumpets, but then you have to learn how to play the trumpet with the keyboard, and then learn how to stack the trumpets and mix those trumpets and the depth. Like where the placements of the trumpets. You need to why you can't learn all that? Why do you have to take for somebody else, loop it up and say you're dope? And the culture doesn't want to even excel and change. Yet everybody just keep doing it. 50 years, they're still doing the same thing. I don't like it, man. So since I don't like that, I don't like that way, that method. I don't like you beat makers and music producers. I don't think y'all are legit and ill like that. I don't think you are. I would honestly, and this is just me talking personally. You don't have to like what I'm saying. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying. You could for the next 100 years or however long you live, just keep sampling from other people. Then they're never going to deny you. It's money in it. You know what I'm saying? If it's money, it's money in it. But if you was to come to me and say, it took me 6 months or 7 months or maybe, a full year to learn how to sing, and you can actually harmonize a little bit, I'll give you all the props in the world, man. I'll praise you up and down because you took the time to learn and perfect the craft, man. You know what I'm saying? And now you don't need nobody to sing for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you took the time. I respect people like that more than somebody who's taking the shortcut of sampling and taking it from somebody else, man. I'll be honest, man. I'm not going to sit there and bop my head like, oh, this is dope. This is dope. Oh, yeah. Oh, ooh, wow, oh, this is fire. Oh, just because you chop and hit pads. Anybody can do that, man. That's what who can't? My kids, man. I could put on the screen and tell them how to slide, you know what I'm saying, the pointer, whatever you call that thing, on the MPC for the audio wave file. Just slide it up, slide it down, and then, wherever you feel like you want to chop. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear it, and we can see if it loops up properly. And let them do it, and then save it to the pads. Now it's on the pads because it's just there. You know what I'm saying? And you hit the pads in any order until you find a combination that works. That's not hard to do, man. That's not hard. That's literally not hard to do. And especially from the technique that I saw this gentleman using yesterday or day before yesterday, whatever it was, when I watched this like 2 days ago. A lot of times he was just starting with the drums. So the drum pattern was already set. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so do a drum pattern. So the drum pattern's in there, boom, boom, cat, whatever it is. And now you just hit the pads where the sample is, and you just make that fit to the drum pattern. That's even easier than doing the loop by itself and then adding the drums later. You already got the drums. You already got your whole drum kit. Is already the same drum. Most of these top-notch producers, they're using the same drums on every beat. They got their own drum kit. You know what I'm saying? Like certain drums that's going to cut through the mix. They already got it because they've been working for so long. They got processed drums. You know what I'm saying? They got stuff they got a kick drum that's going to hit hard, cut through a mix. They got snares that's going to hit through the mix. They got all this stuff that's going to hit through the mix already. So they technically don't even have to mix their percussion because it's already done for them. Now they just got to go make the sample fit to the percussion, which is easy. That's easy. I mean, it's flat out easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just put it in there, loop it up, and then you maybe do a little bit of EQing if you have to. Most of the time, you don't even have to, and you're done. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even know how, and you put a bass line on it. Bass is easy to play. The bass notes are the easiest to play. Whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, listen, man. This is your boy 005 Dynasty. I'm about to get up out of here soon. But my whole perspective is just like, I don't like people who don't put in the work. And I don't like people who don't put in the work to perfect the craft and learn from the ground up, learn everything. But they act like they're so dope and so good. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how famous you become. If you're just going to sample for the rest of your life, I don't respect it, man. I don't, man. I just don't, man. I respect the people who go to their college and learn how to play the instruments from scratch. I respect the people who learn how to play from, as a child. They went to school or they went to church and somebody taught them at church how to play the organ. You know what I mean? How to play the flute, the oboe, you know what I mean? The trombone, like... I respect those people who spent countless hours walking down the block just singing because they want to learn how to sing, and then finally they get to record it on a record. And I respect those people, man. I respect those people. I don't respect the people who's going to constantly take from the people who put in the years of work, chop it up, flip it, and say they dope. I don't respect you guys and you girls, man. I don't care if you're famous, world famous, billions of dollars. You got hit records. I don't care. Yeah. And that's the thing that bothers people, that you got somebody like me who literally does not care about a hit record. Literally does not care about a hit record unless it was made original. From the soul, from the heart. And not just easy, making 10 beats a day because you could just loop, 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 loop. I mean, do you even hear what I'm saying? Like, oh, I made 10 beats a day. Did you really make 10 beats, or did you steal throughout your entire day to make the music that you made? Yeah, it might be creative because you try to manipulate somebody else's original work. So you have to be creative. You can't just take straight on because that's theft, right? It's just flat out theft. So you have to speed it up, slow it down, add some different drum, whatever you got to do. You have to do that. You're forced to do that. That's a given. How is it you getting praised for something that you have to do? You're forced to do it because other than that, you're in trouble. And you're still in trouble when you sample, you know what I'm saying? They just, because there's money involved, they say, oh, just because it's not my original version, yeah, you could use it, but you got to pay me. You know what I'm saying? Money trumps everything because people will just thirsty for a dollar bill. Listen, man, this your boy 005 Dynasty. I got my MPC sitting right here right now, and it's turned off. And I'm still making music because I'm making it in my mind. I'm teaching myself in my mind. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about the process. You know what I mean? Piano. What am I going to do with that piano? How am I going to get that piano to sit inside of that, the strings that I did. You know what I mean? Like, that chord progression that I did. What type of delays? You know what I mean? Is it going to be a magnetic delay? Is it going to be a bucket brigade? I can't say it right now. A bucket brigade delay, right? Is it going to be like a follow delay? Like, there's so many different types of delays out there. You know what I mean? But do you know what these type of delays do? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it goes deeper than just, oh, let me slap a delay on this because I want this to delay. Certain delays, they're done for a specific reason. How am I going to pan this and pan that? Where am I going to sit this instrument? Where am I going to sit this instrument? How am I going to perfect the circle of fifths? Am I making a track in 3/4, 4/4, 7/8, like so many different time signatures. And then if I make it in an odd time signature, well, how do I get that to loop properly? Even if I make it in a 4/4 time signature, how do I get my first progression to match or loop into my second progression, and then my second progression to loop either back into my first or into a third progression? Like, it's so many different things mentally that's in my mind when I'm creating original, and I have to retain all this stuff when I'm mixing. If I got a piano and it has three different like frequency ranges, which frequency range do I keep? Do you even understand what I'm talking about? Like, which hertz do I cut? Which hertz do I keep? Especially in comparison, if I got a bass line, so do I cut the bass out of my piano so that the bass and the bass line shines through more? Like, do I pan the piano left and right? If I pan the piano on the left, do I EQ that to make sure that the piano that's panned on the right is a little bit different? Do I put delays on the left, right? You know what I mean? This is all the stuff that's popping through my head when I'm doing original from scratch. And I still got to mix it properly. I got to make it slap. I got to make it hit hard. Unless I'm doing cinematic and I want stuff to fall back. Hit it with, you know what I'm saying, more reverb. It's just so much going through my head. But because I'm learning from the ground up, from the scratch, I taught myself from the ground up, man. So when I see people just sample and take it from other people and not even giving a flying and don't even care about what really went into making that original record, to me it's just disrespectful and a slap in the face, man. It's just so you loop it up and say, you're dope. So you looped up somebody else's work. You have no knowledge of how it was created, what studio it was created in, who's the singers, who's the bass guitar player, who's the pianist, who's this, who's that, whatever, who's the mixing engineer, what company put it on vinyl, what company put it through analog tape, who made the machines, it's so much stuff. But you're dope though, right? You're dope. You're the dope one. You're the dope person, right? So I don't respect the zombies. I don't respect the hordes, man. I run from them. I'm like the guy in The Walking Dead who's out, dude. I'm dipping. See that whole zombie horde coming. And that's you guys and you girls, man. You go into the comment section of this video, you'll see everybody. Yeah, man, yo, so dope. You the best. You the god. Blah, blah. Yeah, I'm a sample just like you. Yeah. And I don't think that's good information, man. I don't think that's good information. I think we should be learning how to be the best musicians, composers from scratch, taking hip hop to a way better and different level. You do know if you do a piano, a bass line, maybe a synth, and then you go pay for somebody you can't sing to put a vocal on it, and you do know you can actually take that and speed it up and slow it down. You can sample yourself, man. Why you gotta sample somebody else? I think you people are missing the point. You're not even being creative yourself. You're not being creative yourself. You're not trying to learn how to make a song like Delphonics yourself. You're not trying to do that, man. You're just literally going and ripping and taking from these people, man. That's my point, man. There's no real creativity if you really, really put it into perspective. And I'm talking about really, really think about it. Like, think about it, man. There's no real creativity in stealing and theft and sampling from other people and saying like, oh, it's okay because the law says it's okay to sample as just long as if you change it and you pay them some money or you give them their credit, whatever it is. But whatever happens to just being rock solid, organic people, down to earth people, and just learning from the bottom up. Before sampling even became a thing, wasn't people making music? So why you can't just make music, man? This your boy 005 Dynasty. I might get a lot of heat for this one, but I don't give a flying. Don't forget to Google me.